Hello, you're welcome back to class. Uh, if you want to join this class, I think you have to see the last video we did. So you're welcome back to class. How is lockdown in your area? For me, we've been very busy. I think this should be a time that we have more free time to do stuff. But it turned out it's not. Even all the stuff that I actually needed to do before this time, I can't even start working on them. As a matter of fact, Adobe just came up with another software that will be good, very nice for 2D animation. When my brother introduced that to me, I said, "Oh, anytime I have time, I will start working on that." And I think I should have time, but I actually got the software. But the problem is that it's not working on this Core i3 system, and that's one of the problem I noted last time we were in class, that sometimes the Adobe softwares don't work in old systems. As a matter of fact, I told you we have Core i9 now, so Core i3 is have started becoming a system for children. And I think if you are joining me now, you already have your system set up and you have your software set up also. And why am I bringing this up is because now, if you're still working on Core i3, then you call the latest version of Adobe Premiere on that system. And I think the last Adobe that worked on Core i3 for me, in my experience, is 2018. So that's why I have that on this. But I told you also that from 2017, 18, 19, and 20, things started looking somehow the same. So you might not have much problem if you are able to get your 18 installed, and if you are able to get, or even if you get your 20 installed. And I think you must also have noticed between the gap of the last class and now that you might not, Adobe Premiere is for sale, because what they will give to you is what is a 7 days trial. Is it 7 days or 30? Are they still that nice? Okay, but I think now if you look at, it's not that expensive when you look at how much you can get uh, your Adobe Premiere. Yeah, now what I have here is you have 19.99, full package is 49 annually. Now you don't forget to look at the annual part. Okay, so if you're gonna get Adobe Premiere for 19.99, which is like $20, now since we are in Nigeria, so if I go to my, yeah, I can change things around here from, and I said $20. Oh, that's just 7,340 in a year, ladies and gentlemen. In a year, you are going to have your Adobe Premiere working on your system with all the advantages. But if you are like, if you have smart friends, cool friends that are cool, you don't need to buy. I don't know. So let's just move on. We are jumping right in. So don't let us forget that we are following the course outline here. And like I showed you the last time we are inside, we will be talking about some of the, okay, let's just move back to the course outline so you see what we're dealing with. So in the course outline, I said we look at the introduction the last time, and basic buttons and their executions also. So I don't want you to forget that it is very important that what we are doing, you're following it up because it's procedural. And if you are fast, smarter than I am, and then I don't know. But if you are not, or if you are my kind of smart, then you just need to have your system around and your software around also. I am not getting any vibe from your versions of Premiere that you are using recently. So I will just be using 2018 for now. So I think that's generic, and we are in 2020, and I think that will just go right through everybody. So before we jump into the software, I have some explanation to make. So I will go to number two before I come back to number one. Then we're going to look at understanding the nature of video as part of multimedia. So last week we talked about system configuration. And if you want to check your system configuration, a lot of people don't have the idea of that. That's what I mentioned last time, that you don't just go to the market and buy yourself a software. I am using Windows 8. Yeah, I'm using Windows 8. If you just go to your system, you'll be using Windows 10. Uh, Whichever way it is, you are going to have to go to your my computer. You are going to go to my computer here. Then you are going to just at the empty space, right click and go for property. Then that is where you find all what you need. The basic information about the power of your system or how upgraded it is. As you can see, I have Windows 8 Pro. Then the speed of my processor here. Uh, Not bad for Core i3. They get higher in other bigger systems. And I have 8 gig RAM. I have 64-bit. And that's another thing. Please don't forget that the system that you should have for you to use Premiere in the 21st century must be 64 bits. So don't forget that. Yeah, if you got any system and it's not 64 bits, you might have to return it back or buy another one, or just change your operating system, upgrade it to 64-bit. That is possible also. So okay, that is that about how to check your configuration. So let's just almost jump right into the course for today. Don't forget that I have not yet worked on my intro, so I'm still using this hash audio time. That's the sound, and this is the face you make when you see that kind of intro. See that? Are you having fun yet? I am having fun. So let's jump right in. I want to talk about framing. I want to talk about frame. I want to talk about FPS, which is frame per second. So that's what comes next. So I have a feeling that you need to understand that that's not a feeling. It's one of those things you know if you want to be a pro. Yeah. And most of us these days will be working on our phones, then maybe record with our phones, then end up uh, putting our work on the system. We need to understand some basic stuff. So actually, camera framing is the act and science of placing subjects in your shots. Shots are all about composition rather than pointing the camera at the subject. You need to compose an image. So framing is more about how you place your subjects on the screen, and that's that about it. And I think it is self-explanatory now to understand what frame is. Frame is just the screen that you're looking at. Frame is, look at this image that my mouse is on top. It looks like a TV, right? That's a frame. You, you know, um, you look at this screen, you see This, that's a frame. Your phone has a frame, and the frame, setting up a frame starts from the camera that you're using. Um, it's your frame, so because the cameraman sets make the framing. So it's just like that. That one, I saw a strange movie. It's not actually a movie, it's a documentary about Ted Bundy yesterday, and I saw how the cameramen were doing their framing, and it's very awkward when I saw that. Now, what I understand is that you can place somebody at the side. If you look at the lady, she's just looking. She's not at the center. So that's a street framing. I wonder. This is the handheld camera because you notice that movement.
Very overwhelming and shocking.
Well, I'm concerned.
And the woman was just facing the fence, the frame. That's very, very unusual. I've not seen that before by a professional. Who next to to shoot this? Whoever shot this. So let's move on. So I have a feeling now you got what it is when we're talking about frame and framing and frame per seconds. Now that's what that is, frame per seconds. It is important to understand what FPS, frame per second, is. That's the basic theory of a video. You know, the video you're seeing, they are not actually videos. They are pictures that have been piled together in a very fast sequence for you to feel that you are seeing a video. For example, now, if I place this in front of you, and you see that I am moving it, and between my first movement, which is like this, and then my second movement, which is like this, and I took 30 pictures of those, 30 pictures from this side to this side, 30 pictures of those. If I flip that in your face for 1 second, if I flip that in your face, that 30 pictures in your face for 1 second, you are going to believe that you are seeing a video, and that is exactly how video works. So now, if I move from point A to point B in a very short movement, maybe I'm running from point A to point B. In a second, somebody took my picture for 30 times. 30 times my picture was taken in a second. Now, if I flip that picture in front of you for 1 second, you are going to believe that you are seeing the video. So exactly that is how video works. I think you understand that. So the measurement of how much frame is in 1 second is called FPS. That's frame per second. So now every video that you see have that going on, and now you can see I'm inside my video folder, and now I have this Ramadan promo here, and if I check for the property of this video now, you are going to see under details how many frames per second this is. It is frame rate 29 frames per second. So that means that the video was recorded 29 frames per second. That means in 1 second the camera took 29 pictures. You can link that up to framing, just like I said, frame, one picture, a frame, one picture, 29 frames in 1 second. So that is how that is. So I think you understand that. So let's move on to our next point, which is actually bit rate. And what is a bit rate? A bit rate, according to this definition, the bit rate, as the name implies, describe the rate at which bits are transferred from one location to another. In other words, it measures how much data is transmitted in a given amount of time. So, bit rate is commonly measured in bits per second, that's BPS. Okay, now let me let you understand what bit rate is. Now, this is a video work actually, and bit rate talks more about sound. So, if you don't get that, you don't have a lot of problem. But I hope you get FPS. That's more important. So, the bit rate, we listen to sound. The mechanism of us listening to sound is that we have eardrums in our ear, and there are beatings. I mean, the sound you are listening to is because sound is hitting your drum. So now, how much rate? I think now you got that. How much rate? What's the rate at which sound is hitting your drum? Now, if I recorded something, I measure, I generate a bit rate for what I'm recording, so that the more the bit rate, the clearer it is, the less, the more inferior that audio is. So that is the concept of bit. And just like we have for FPS, we also have measurement for bit rate. If you look at this video, the Ramadan promo that I showed you, then you will see bit rate, which is 1737. That means that per second, the bit in which is inside that audio is 1737. Now, that is bit rate for you. Let's move on. It's 8 minutes now. Okay. So let's move on to video formats. Now, video format is interesting. Sometimes you have some movies and you put them in your phone and they are not playing. Sometimes you have some movies, you play them on your phone and they are playing smoothly. And sometimes you play some videos and they are not playing smoothly. Then you now transfer that video to your system and they are playing very well. Now, what are you dealing with? You are dealing with different kind of formats. Now, that is what we will be talking about now. Let me go back to my video screen, my video folder. Now, the most popular video format is MP4. Now, video format is extension that is after the name that is given to a video. Now, I have, okay, that's one of those reasons I don't like Mac. You can't do this in Mac. Now, I was able to inform my Windows. Maybe you can do it in Mac. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know the settings, but this is easier for me. Now, I can see the video. You can see the thumbnail of this video. And when you're looking at the thumbnail, you see the name of the video, then you see the extension of the video. Just graphically, I can see the extension of the video, and the extension of the video is MP4, and the extension of the video is the format of that video. Now we have different kind of formats. We also have, now if I go into my movie folder, you are going to see strange formats like MPV, yeah, MPV. Then for some cameras, DSLR cameras, you have MOV.MOV. That means that instead of MP4, you are going to have MOV. And we have 3GP. When all those are old phones that we use then, smaller phones, then Java phones. When they are recording, they are probably going to record 3GP. And 3GP, ladies and gentlemen, is a very low resolution video. So now that is video format for me. Why am I telling you this? Because sometimes, which is not very common these days, in some, let's say 5 6 years ago, not all the formats that exist, that most of the formats, some of the formats that exist, Premiere does not allow you to drag them inside it, so they don't use it. The first thing you do in those instances is to change your, is to convert the format into something else that Premiere can understand. But today we have almost all the formats that can be played. However, it depends on your system, the power of your system. Now, if you are using a lower system that is not that powerful, and you have it, you just get your video out of a DSLR camera. You see all those cameras that look like photographer cameras, those are DSLR cameras. So when you have those things out, they might not play smoothly on your system. Yep, they might not. But if you have like Core i7, they play smoothly on those. That's because those formats might be problematic. So that's that about formats. Now I open this software. It's a converter software to convert video and audio. Now it's going to let us know more about extension, aka formats. Now we have MPEG, we have MP4, we have MP3 for audio, we have 3GP, we have MKV, we have FLV for stuff that you get online, and some other things. We have so that is that about formats. Now formats, bringing format in your system, in your software, sometimes might be problematic. But when we get to that bridge, I'm sure we are going to get a keynote for it. So let's move on. Um, Now we are on audio channel, and audio channel is just simple. Why? Because in when you are listening, we have two ears, right? We have left ear and the right ear. See, yeah. If you check yours, you should be having the same thing. Yeah, that's it. So now I have this earphone with me, and I have left and right here. So basically, the two normal channels that we are supposed to have, they are just left and right. Okay. So sometimes you might get a video that is just left that is on it, or just right that is on it. Um, when you have both, we call it stereo, and when you have one, we call it mono in audio. Yes, the audio channel. So next, we have pixels and pixelation. What's a pixel? Uh, According to the dictionary that I have here, it's a basic unit of a video screen image, and that's what it is. So it's a basic unit of video screen image, a tiny dot of light that is the basic unit from which image or on computer or television screens are made. So when you are looking at your computer, say the more pixels you have in your video, the clearer it is. I have this close design that I made. Uh, I think we can get the idea of what pixel is here. I'm looking down into this, and as I'm looking down, you are seeing the square. You are seeing the square there. You are seeing this square there. So that is a pixel for you. And these squares are what you add on anything, picture, video, that makes up the an image. They are the one that lets you see the image. So bringing up together of thousands of them is what make a picture. Now, if you look down on this, you can see the dimension of the picture. This is 695 by 957. 695 by 957. That means that at this, which one is the longest? Okay, that means that the width is 695 and the height is 957. So if you multiply them together, you are going to get the total number of pixels in this picture. So that is pixels for you. Now let's just move on and jump into Premiere and start looking at how things are. So this is Premiere opened up, and this is Premiere 2018. And if you double click on your icon, if you are having the same thing, you're probably going to have just this. Not just this, because down here they are the work I have done in the past. And if you have not done any, then you have to start from new projects. So that is how you start. So I pull up the magnifier so that you can see what we are dealing with here. So the new project is how you start your work. So let's click on the new project and watch the magic. The next thing you are going to get is a new project that's set up. So this is where we'll give a name to the project we are working on. And I want to call this class 2 because we are starting from class 2. So you can see it has been named class 2. And down here, you see the location where our saved work will be. And every other thing are just every other thing which they are not part of the basics. So now I am done with naming my, come on man, and I'm just going to press enter to this. I think down here you can see OK, which we should go for, but the magnifier is not allowing me to do that. So I'm just going to press enter, and the software is going to open up. Okay, it says opened up, and this is the interface. This is the interface here. We have the file menu here, which if I drop it down, you are going to see save, you're going to see save as, you're going to see save a copy, then you are going to see import and export. Okay, so now, come on, man. And you are going to see exits, which I never use. Oh, and then we are just going to jump to, I think that's that. Okay, I'm going to jump to Windows. We have the Windows here, and what is important in Windows is the workspace. Under workspace, you see the editing, you see the effects, you see reset to save the layout. Now, you see a lot of things here, but those are the parts that I think you should have interest in. Now, let's go through that again. We have the workspace, then we have the editing, then we have the reset to save the layout. Now, we'll go back to file, then we see save, then we see export, then we see media. Now, as much as we have a lot of things going up here, I want to tell you that that is what you should concern yourself with. Okay, so let's go back, let's come down to this part of it. We have learning, we have assembly, then we have editing, we have color, we have effect, we have audio, we have graphics, and we have library. And if I click down on this, when you see this out, that means there are still more things. We have title, we have editing, we have meta login, we have all panel. Now, what's those that are important to you here is editing and effect. And let's say you open your software and your software is not on editing. You can see it is marked blue. That means that you need to put it on editing. So we just do that real quick. So when you're back on your edit, we are going to look at the subdivision of the software. Now, there are 6 major subdivisions in this software. Okay, apart from this top part, we have the source. Now, this, when I say source, is what I mean. We have the source, and we have the program. We have the program. So by the side, we have the program. You can see program in sequence. And if I click on it, you see this blue stroke or outline by it, signifying that you are another subpart of the interface. Then if you come here, you see the audio level, and this is where we okay, I think I missed the part in the last explanation about decibels, and decibel is beside the frame bit rate, and decibel is represented by dB. And what is decibel? Let us forget. Let me go back. Yeah, this is where we had decibel then. And decibel is just the unit of relative loudness of audio. So now this is the meter that measures how loud your audio is. Now, if you move up, we are going to see the timeline that is also boxed up. See the blue line. Then we see the two sub-interface over here. Then around the tools, you are going to see the selection tool, which is represented by V. Yep. What does that mean? That means that if I press V, I automatically will be on that tool. That is what that means. Then also, we are going to see razor tools represented by C. That also means that if I press C on my keyboard, I automatically will be on the razor tool. Then we see the title, which is represented by T. Also, if I press T, I am going to see that. Okay. Now, for anyone that is following this and is not using up to 2018, let's say you're on 2015 or 2014, be reminded that you won't have this part of the software on your own. You won't have this part of it, but you also won't have the text icon here. However, how do you get your own text? Up here, you are going to see title. Title is not here, you only have graphics. Okay? You are going to see title, and title is how you get your own text. They try and make text easier in 2018. So, or you can try and press Ctrl T also, which is the shortcut to get you down to text. Then, now, this is one of the most important parts. That's the effects. This is where you get to your effects. And if I click on this part, you are going to see projects. Now, our project is named Class 2. That is why we have the Class 2 here. Okay, so now this is the last segment. I told you we have 6 here. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. And under 6, you might have some other things going on. You have history, you have master, we have effects, and we have class. Now, I just before we leave, I just want to get one media in. I told you, no, I did not tell you, but there are different things you can get into the software. You can get a picture in, you can get a video in, then you can get an audio in inside this. So how do you get things in inside the software? By double clicking on import media here, it will open up your uh, not the dialog, but the window for you. And I'm inside the Adobe Premiere Pro or autosave, and that's not where I'm going. I'm just gonna go into video and grab anything. Let me just bring this one in. So now I have this cartoon brought in so that I can bring in audio. So if I want, I can bring, but I think we'll talk more about that later on. I just want to show you where what stands. So I have this video here, okay, and if I double click on it, it's going to show up on this preview. Now, this preview part is linked to this part of the software. Now, if I scroll around, you understand, this allow me to look through my work without having them on the timeline. So I'll have an idea of exactly what is on my bin. This is called bin, this part, before I put them on my timeline. This timeline is where we do our work. Now, when I put this on my timeline is going to activate and I can start editing from here. Now, another thing for those people that are not using 2018, if you are using older software of version of this, you are not gonna have your your stuff activated like this. It won't activate. Sorry about that. But if you're having that kind of problem and you don't know how to fix it, why can't you let us talk about it in the comment section? So if you are following me and you are not using 2018, so let's talk about that. And I'll have you in mind more and give you more details about it. And this is where we'll stop. And see you guys. Try and stay safe.